Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? I'm joined by my friend, my companion, my duo. You guys already know who he is. It's the one and only Benjamin Asim. Ben.
Your intros are getting better, Tom.
They're getting
every
better?
single
You
time
like
we
it?
do the episode, every time we do the
Yo, they're
episode,
getting better.
I'm doing good. As you guys saw pre-show, I got my new putter in. Got a bunch of
Oh, is
other
that what that
clubs.
was?
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff have come in. I'm still waiting on my irons, but it's been a great day, busy day, Tom. We were working a show yesterday, which you participated in, World Series of Warzone. That's been taking like all my time last couple of days.
That went pretty well, I guess. Listen,
an
we didn't
absolute
play.
banger.
I'll tell you exactly what the problem was with me, Clay, and
Yeah.
Asim yesterday, right? I'm gonna break it down.
Yeah.
Me, Clay, and Asim were way too indecisive in that tournament yesterday. We should know. I got Clayster on my team. I got Asim on my team. We should be running at kids. We should fucking get guns.
No, you
get a
don't
UAV.
gotta be running at kids. You just
Bro,
the way to win in that
played-
format.
I'm telling you, Ben, we played for top 25. We didn't play for first. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, the format is designed so that you're really not playing for placement. You're playing for kills and to place unquote well. Because if you place well, you get the multiplier on top of the kills. That's how Aiden's team did very well in the last game, because they got a lot of kills and they placed well in the game.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And if you, out of 6 games, if you can have a game or two where you just pop the fuck
Pop
off and
off,
get a
you're
win,
good.
you're at the top. You're already at the top. And that's the thing. It's like, bro, if you try and go for a helicopter off the rip, and your whole team dies but one guy, and you get the helicopter and you guys get kills, you win your gulag and come back. Now you got 4 or 5 kills to your name. You got full loadouts in a helicopter. Like, you have to take risk. You know what I'm saying? Like in Warzone, you have to. And I think that was our biggest problem. We didn't take enough risk.
Here are my takeaways from the show. Great tournament, by the way. Was fun to watch. One is the teams that were playing the rotational kills, i.e. rotating in the circle early and cutting people off. Done Rational's team, Aiden's team did a really good job of that, playing the edges of the circles. You see that? That's the winning strategy in like PUBG teams.
Yeah.
And people executing that were good. And I think we're going to continue to have this thread across all the World Series of Warzone throws, CDL pros versus the top Warzone players. I'll be honest, Tom, there are a lot of Warzone players, a lot of Warzone grinders.
Oh, yeah.
Shots were a little shaky yesterday when they were shooting against you and Asim and Crim and Formal and Scump. So as we get through more of these events, and I think the next one's coming up in August, and we get some more CDL pros in here, I'm curious how that dynamic will change up.
Listen, I've had my fair
Karma
share
as well, by the way.
Bro, I've had my fair share of like showing my anger and my emotions playing Warzone, because that's just how I am. But playing competitive Warzone was fun as fuck, and it was very entertaining to watch. So I think Warzone is like a really good thing we got going on here, especially seeing like how competitive it actually is when all the best players are thrown into a map. Bro, I was entertained watching it, and I was entertained playing it. Like, I had fun. So I'm excited to have more of those World Series of Warzones for sure, and I think they're doing a great job. So and it was ran very smoothly, Ben. It was ran smooth for like how many people there actually was in it. They did test runs before the tournament. They made sure everybody was good to go. And we were in there right away. We were ready in there, ready to go.
That was a really good collaboration between, full disclosure, I work for Esports Engine, and we helped run both the broadcast and the comp ops. So that was a big collaboration between the Activision team and our team on that lobby procedure. Teams were great. I actually got to give a lot of credit to the teams. Sometimes you run these teams and people are unresponsive. Teams are unresponsive. Teams were great. From talking to my comp ops folks, like people really good about getting in lobbies. The show actually was like super fast and super quick. We actually thought the show was going to run a lot longer than it did, but the teams and players were so good at getting in lobbies that we were getting things going quick, and we were right in the back in the game. So big shout out to everyone involved, from behind the scenes, the teams, the players, everybody that was on broadcast was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Really good time. I'm excited for the next one, which will be in the beginning of August.
Me too. I think after it finished, I was like, damn, I wish there was more games to play. I just wanted to keep playing. So, I think they got a good thing going on. And
we're going to have 3 more this year, so stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll be back. But let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the Call of Duty scene, right? In the competitive professional COD scene, there's a lot of drama going around, and specifically around LA Thieves.
Yep.
We actually, LA Thieves have had a rough run throughout the year. They've been making a lot of team changes. A lot of people have been talking about Jake Cap and Mud Dog and all the guys over there making so many changes. But at the end of the day, there's a lot behind the scenes that we don't know about. I'm sure that they're trying to figure stuff out as time goes. One thing I do commend them on is, things aren't going right. So they're looking to make changes. I like the fact that if things aren't going their way, they're showing the initiative to try and win. And actually make changes instead of just keeping the same team and going through the whole, just going through the motions and just getting fucking smoked, But we actually do got a special guest today. It's the superstar from LA Thieves, one of the best in the game, in my opinion. We got Quavo Ken, aka Kenny. What's going on, Ken?
What's good, Tom?
What's going on, man? I appreciate you coming on, bro.
No problem, bro. I feel like today was the right day and the right time to get on, just because of like everything going on. So I think today, my stories I'm gonna tell will be pretty entertaining.
Yeah, bro. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Like, I just feel like, honestly, we were talking a little bit in the DMs, but I feel bad, bro. I just feel like it's been a stressful year for you. Obviously, there's just a lot of shit going on, some stuff out of your control, right? And I do think you're an amazing player. Like, I think you're a top player. So it's like, you know, sometimes in your career, you have years like that where things aren't going your way and you need to figure out what to do. Like, I've been there. A lot of players have been there, and it's stressful, bro. Like, people don't understand how much stress is, like, actually in this shit.
Yep. Well, let's take it back to. I actually think for the sake of this discussion, while we have you, Ken, like let's take it back to the beginning of this year. I know this question's been asked to a couple of people on your team, on other shows, but like going in this off season, like at what point were you guys aware of sort of the move off of OGLA to LA Thieves? Is that like pretty early in the off season?
So we knew. Well, we got hinted at them selling to begin with, like once Champs was done. But like the 2 or 3 months that we were off, we didn't know anything. Like we were asking Eric every day because like obviously we wanted to make changes. Well, not changes, but we wanted to pick up people and play with other people. But like at the same time, we couldn't because of the situation going on. But we actually found out the day it was announced. That was literally the day Nate called me, and then that was literally like I found out the same day everybody else found out. To be honest,
that's crazy. Well, they're probably scared to tell the players everything with like the cob burner shit and like random stuff like CDL intel. Like I just feel like a lot of stuff gets released and they probably kept 100%. It for you guys for a reason. But
that makes sense.
At the same time, I feel like it always gets out some way or another. And even sometimes it might not even be through the players. But listen, man, LA Thieves, you guys have been making a lot of changes this year. There's definitely a lot of talks around Huke and kind of what's going on there, and obviously TJ. He's coming out on stream saying he don't give a fuck. He said, I don't give a fuck. It's fucking John. It's Drazah. I said, okay, well, thanks, TJ.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Well, there you go. You know, obviously I hear things behind the scenes, but I never say anything until it's public. I don't want to go out there and just put people's business out there. We'll just talk about things that are already public. And obviously we heard that a little bit. I personally think Drazah is really good. I think you guys are making the right decision. But talking about Huke a little bit and bringing in potentially John is what TJ's saying. Right. What is like the thought process behind that, and how are you feeling moving forward with the squad?
Well, this whole year, even when we put Drazah on the team to begin with, I've always said that he deserves a spot in the roster. Like he's top 10 player, maybe even top 5 when he's on in this game. Like he's so good at this game.
Is that like a carryover thought you had from like last year when you guys were playing with him?
I've said this before, never said it to his face, so I'm assuming he's watching. But last year, he came in and he fixed our team, but it wasn't because he came in and he was frying. Stats wise, he was probably the worst person on our team. Obviously, that's just saying stats, but he helped with the vibes, like all around. Like when he first joined our team at OGLA, he brought the vibes, he brought the comms, he brought energy, passion. You know, like stuff like that is big nowadays because like a lot of players that have been playing for a long time aren't really passionate, you know? Like so I feel like it was a good environment to be around, especially on OGLA. And then going into this year, we obviously wanted him as a sub, but we were looking into different like other players. So it was like it wasn't like he was terrible or anything. It was just like kind of wanted to play with other players and also keep him as a sub because we knew how good he was. And then put him onto the roster, it was actually mind blowing to me. I even texted Eric after the first day of scrims. I'm like, bro, this guy's actually insane at this game. Like, it's insane, like, how good he is. And I'm just, like, texting Eric, telling him, like, bro, like, this guy is so fucking good. Like, he deserves to be on the roster. And
Tom and I were on this show, and we've talked on the side, like, dude, like, this guy, like, because obviously he started off there in Challengers, and this guy was, like, I know that Easter team, Western team was kind of winning all the chips, so to speak, but Drazah was absolutely frying outside of that. And Tom, I thought it was inevitable that you guys were going to kind of go there.
Really, he got tossed back to Challengers for a week and then won the first event back at Challengers. You know, like
good flex.
It's definitely a good flex. I mean, he's a good player. He's smart, and on top of that, like you said, Kenny, he's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He's just a good 100%. Dude. He's a good person to have on your team. So someone like that can definitely help.
I feel like that was one thing too that like panned into why we didn't play with him going into this year, because we played like what, 3, maybe 2 or 3 events with him. I didn't really know him like that. I met him one time and that was at Champs.
Yeah.
throughout this year we played together, played next to each other, become like best of friends. Like I've gotten to know more about him. Like, bro, the guy's a fun dude. He's fun to be around.
He's
and
a fun
he's amazing
guy.
at COD. Yeah.
He's a fun guy, like Kawhi
For
says.
sure.
But definitely, man. And then I think the other one that was just, really tricky is the John thing. A lot of some people are surprised. Some people are saying it's too late. I personally like John. I think I've been very impressed by the shit he's been doing in challenges. I think he's a fucking beast. I mean, it's John, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's John.
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to how you guys came to the conclusion of John.
I mean, I feel like I've always been I wouldn't say a big fan of John. I just always thought John was like one of the top talents. He's always like, even in World War II, he was one of like the hardest subs to kill. And like, once again, I feel like a lot of people gave him slack because his stats weren't the best. But like me playing against him, it was just like he was one of the hardest kills on the map.
Yeah.
And then also just watching, like when you just watch a lot of players, you can tell like how they react to stuff, like team talks, in-game stuff, how they play, how they watch mini maps, how they maneuver around the map. It's just like the certain things that you need to win. And like I feel like John kind of has that stuff. So
yeah, for sure. I think you guys have made a lot of changes throughout the year. I think a lot of people give JCap and Mud Dog and even Nate Sean, everybody at LAT Thieves like some slack for making so many changes.
That's what I want to talk about.
But I mean, at the same time, it's like, if they don't make changes and you guys are not doing good, what does everybody say? Oh, Friendship League, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's always something negative no matter what's going on. Obviously, you guys have made a lot more changes than a lot of these other teams. So I definitely would like to see where your head's at with LATs and why they've been making so many changes, kind of what went down with Huke. And as far, it's up to you on what you do want to say, but just try and get into that a little bit.
So I'm going to talk about the major situation, and then like to start this off, I didn't come over here to like, shit on anybody, any players,
of
like
course.
none of that. Yeah, but I just want to let people know that. But yeah, at the same time, I feel like people give Eric and Cap and maybe the whole management team and Hunter T a lot of slack. But at the same time, they just want to win, and like everybody can like make a joke about that and say like, oh, like quote unquote, they just want to win. Like that's always why they make changes. But it's actually a fact. Like that's all they want to do is win, and like you got to respect that. And like a lot of other orgs want to do what they do, and like make these changes and like get the roster they want. It's hard nowadays with like franchise and stuff like that.
So hard.
To talk about the major, basically, I feel like this is the thing that's like getting tossed under the bus is that people think like people don't really know the whole situation and see the college situation as like a typo. There is so much more to the situation. Like, I think I watched before and Ben kind of talked about it. Like everybody was given a COVID test the day before. Everybody, you're given 2 because you have to take 2 every 48 hours. Assuming you were still in the tournament. You have to go home and do it yourself. And it was basically like, to explain the situation of the test, it was like you go on this website, you FaceTime like a doctor, they watch you do the test, and boom, it's over. It literally took 20 minutes. He texted the chat that night and said like his wasn't getting registered, and me and Teej both responded like, bro, fix your name, you spelled your name wrong. and he just like it was just like nothing. Like it was like, oh, I finished it, blah 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 blah, nothing like that. We go into the next day. By the way, our scrim, we're supposed to be at the facility at 1 because we had a scrim, obviously. I'm on the way there, me and Don are driving. It's 12:45, I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
He texted chat like 12:50, like, yo, by the way, I'm about to call my Uber. Keep in mind that everybody lives 30 minutes away. He's like, he's about to call his Uber at 12:50. So it's automatically late.
Yeah.
And he says that he was like, by the way, I didn't figure out that test. I'm hoping they take my test from 3 days ago. We're like, bro, there's a reason they gave you the test. It's because you had to do it.
Well, prior to the event, Ken, like they had told you guys that you like they had explained the procedure. They do the rapid test, the PCR, correct? Prior to arriving.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why we took a test before. We did take a test 3 days into it because you had to know going into the event if you had it or not, and then you also had to take tests at the event. Okay, yeah. So he tells us that, and I mean everybody's tweaking out, like, bro, you have to do this, like,
yeah.
Eric's like, bro, get here now, like. Bro, get in the Uber. I need you to make your account because you have to make an account on this app. And, like, you need to get here now because we need to do this. You have to have it. You can't even play. And he responded saying, like, he was focused on the game. Like, brother, you're not about to play if you don't do this test.
Yeah, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and so he's supposed to make the account on the Uber. He gets here. obviously late already, like 40 minutes late or something like that.
Yeah.
And he didn't make the account. So at this point, I'm being told all this stuff, and I'm thinking like, bro, do people want to play? You
Yeah.
know, like and stuff like that. And like at the same time, and this is why I'm gonna go back to what I said about 100T. They want to win, and like as much as like, there's one thing that has kept us from being on land this whole time, and it is COVID.
Yeah.
And it seemed like Kyler wasn't taking COVID seriously. So at the end of the day, it seems like that equals up to not wanting to win. Like they take that seriously, and he needs to take that seriously.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's so hard to like vouch for people when they don't take shit seriously.
But
Especially,
it's not even COVID. It's his job. You know, it's just being a professional. Like you have to get this shit done, or you can't play. And he knows that. So the fact that he's like, I'm focused on the game. It's like, brother, you're not playing a fucking game. You gotta do the COVID test.
You guys have played events for years. You're either given a handbook or a set of rules prior to the event, and you've got to follow the handbook and the set of rules. That's how it is. If you don't follow the handbook or rules, well, tough luck.
I mean, that's why we're in a professional league. You know, there's rules to this shit. You gotta follow the rules.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they didn't give you the test just because they just wanted you to do it for fun. It's like you needed to do it. And so he gets here and he didn't make the account. So Eric, by the way, Eric and Cap are doing everything they can to help this fool out. They are running around the venue getting tests. Like at this point, Eric and Cap are COVID testers. Like they are the doctors. And Eric makes his account, does all this for him, and then he's like, yo, where's your ID? So Kyler brings a picture of his ID. And like you can't do that because you need to show the doctor on the screen your ID.
Yeah.
At this point, he's already late as hell. We can't scrim, so we're letting Drazah know, like, yo, you need to be ready. You might have to play today. And Kyler like calls his brother to bring his ID. And at that point, by the time the test was done, we were walking up on the stage.
Too late.
And like keep in mind, as much as people are like, yo, maybe we didn't do as much to help him, bro. I'm pretty sure Eric got our subs done that same day. Got their test done, everything done. Drazah was ready, and he played. So it's like it was able to be done.
Yeah.
And like that's how like, and like as much as I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to like shit on Kyler. It's just the fact that like he made it seem like it was a typo, and like there was so much more to it. Like everybody was trying to help out and help him get to the point where he can play, and it didn't seem like he wanted to. And that, and like at the same time, like I said, 100T takes that shit seriously. They want to win, and they want to make sure everybody's able to play and win. And he didn't even take the one thing serious that he needed to even play. So it's like there's not much nobody can really do for you.
Yeah,
you know?
No, I mean,
like,
bro, at the end of the day,
I hate that Cap and Eric get all the shit for that, because it's like they did everything they could to help him out, and it's just so shitty that they get shit on and like smoked and talked about in these bad ways. But it's like, bro, they're doing all they can. They can't really do much more at this point. Like people got to be grown adults and do what they are supposed to do. You have responsibilities in this league. You have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's just part of being a professional. It's part of being a professional. You got to do what you got to do to play. And it's disappointing. I just feel like, for me, I just feel like Kyler's a good kid, man. He's a good player. I just feel like he's like letting himself go a little bit. It's like, come on, man. It's like little things, you know? And plus with the whole Dallas thing, and, you know, we're still waiting for Crim6 to come out and make his video. Obviously, Huke made his video. It just feels like there's a whole shit show going on. And that's the thing, Kenny, is like nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes. People just see what's tweeted and what's put on socials. And they just start.
And that's why I came on here. It's 100%. Just like set shit straight. It's like I said, one of those things where I woke up this morning, I felt so bad for Eric and Cat, because like I said, they get all the banter, and it's like some of the stuff is actually not even their fault. Like they can do their job, and we have to do our job at the same time. And they can't do both of our jobs. Like,
100%. They're not baby. Yeah, I was just gonna say that they're not babysitting you guys. You know, they like Cap's probably worrying about, you know, watching VOD and getting you guys on the right page for the fucking match that's in 2 hours. Instead, they're running around trying to get a fucking test. It's like, how do you even get into that mindset of winning that match? You know, like how do you get into the right? How do you get focused? Like how do you get focused?
I think on top of that, Ken, like outside of Drazah, like your team has been to, I'm sure your team combined has been to over probably 50, 60 LAN events, probably way more than that. So it's not like you guys are new to sort of the game day procedure. So there's always that adult expectation from management. You guys know how to conduct yourselves, show up to pre-match stuff on time, show up to content 100%. On time. So totally understand the frustration that you're passing.
That's what I'm saying. It was hell of like, it was so annoying, so frustrating. And like, I agree, Ben, but at the same time, we had a scrim set. Like that ain't even about the event. It's about being late to the scrim in 100%. General. Like we had to really trying to find a scrim for the longest, and like Atlanta wasn't ready or stuff like that, but like still we were like trying to get everybody ready in the mood and in the environment to be ready to play.
Yeah.
And like we're all just sitting here waiting, like hoping a test is done or something's done, and like it's just annoying and frustrating because like I said, all of us want to win. It's not like we're just making these changes to bullshit this year. I want to win. I'm doing everything I can this year to try to win, and like it's like everything around me is just falling apart, and it's like it's little things like a small thing like a COVID test is why I'm not gonna say that's not why we lost. It's just like the mindset thing, like you said, Tom. Like going into it's like, bro, how can I keep my mindset right when I'm having Drazah? We're trying to get Drazah fitted into our S&D. Obviously, he played with our team before, but it's like what he did with our old team, Austin now does. So it's like, oh, who's gonna flex on the map? Who's gonna do what they normally don't do? And it's just like we're in the middle of a series trying to do that, and it's like we shouldn't be in this situation.
Were you guys first match on that day?
We were second, I think.
Your second match. But even then, like, obviously people show up late to online scrims for a variety of reasons, stupid and sometimes accurate. But the unwritten rule in the pro scene is when you have to be somewhere for land scrims, you're there. And if you miss or you're late to a land scrim, like that's a big deal because schedules are way tighter on LAN. Online, you can fudge it. On LAN, you got like the player relations team like Spencer coming up to you and telling you need to get def on stage. So, you know, there's certain constraints there. So I totally understand your frustration here. If he was texting you guys 10 minutes before you're supposed to be warming up, saying that he's just on his way to the venue at that point.
I mean, on top of that too, you're playing with a new team now. You know, it's basically a new team. Hey, when you change one player, it changes a lot. It changes a lot. It changes so much. I mean, I remember when I played with Optic for 2 weeks at the league back in the day, and bro, it was way different. I was like, dude, I didn't even know what to do half the time. I was trying to fit into a system, and it's same for Drazah and it's same for you guys. It just changes up the whole dynamic of the team, you 100%. Know. So it's like you're going into it and you're kind of winging it at that point. You know, you're just giving it the best shot you can, but it's hard to remain focused, you know, and have that winning positive attitude when 100%. Shit is just hitting the fucking fan. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, listen, for me, it's just like, what's next for Huke? You know, like, I don't know what's next for him. There's a lot of problems with him at Dallas. More problems continue at LA Thieves. He's a world champion. He won the last fucking world champ. So I'm like, what's going on with this guy? Does he even want to play? You know, does he even want to play anymore?
I think he's an amazing player, though. Like, I think the funny thing is we, as much as it was like a BS type scrim the first day, we actually played well versus Seattle, like really, really well. So I was like really confident going to the next day, like, yo, this is a free, like, I'm feeling confident. We're all playing well. Everybody's frying. Like, I'm looking up, like, I'm going to sleep with a smile on my face, ready to play the next day on land. Yeah. And then a lot of BS.
And then boom, it all fucking hits the fan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, I lost full for you, to be honest. I lost full for you. And that shit's frustrating, man. It's frustrating to deal with. But, hey, you're taking the steps, right? You're making more changes. You guys are trying to get on the right track. I think it was good that you guys brought Slasher back in. I think he's a good fit for the team. I think he'll just help everybody try and get on the same page. I mean, he's a winner, you know? So I think you and Slasher and now with Drazah and John, I don't know what to expect from John. I don't know if you guys have played it all. I know nothing has even been announced. It's just basically TJ going fucking rogue. So we're just kind of talking about it. But I am excited to see you guys play. I feel like it's like it gives me like a Black Ops 3 vibe with Slasher and John. And then I think adding you and Drazah to that equation, it's you guys got a good team, man. You guys got a lot of talent. On paper, you guys look good, you know?
I mean, that's like every roster we've had is like talent hasn't been really the problem. It's just like true. It's one of those things where like, and like people will also say like, oh, y'all don't give y'all rosters enough time to play together. But bro, I feel like there's a certain span of like grams and stuff like that where you can feel it and know when like your team is clicking or if it's going to click or if like people aren't listening and doing the same problems every single day. It's like it gets to a point where like, bro, like this ain't gonna work. And like you know that pretty fast. And like that's just like one of the things where it's like we're just trying to find the roster that clicks and like fits together and everybody's just comfortable and then also confident and like it's like that's one thing nowadays too, that people aren't really confident in themselves or self-confident, and like I don't know why. And then like also just having fun, you know, being happy. Like there's so much negativity nowadays. Like it's so hard to be happy, but like we're blessed.
Yeah, I used to say that shit.
I mean, I think that where people are getting confused is, and I'm sure you can agree, your guys' goal is to You guys are not trying to get top 8. You're trying to get top 1, correct?
Yeah.
So the goal of all these changes, and the end goal is to be that championship team and not be a team like just mid-pack, and to your point, I think that's correct. You speak to a lot of people, and it's after a certain amount of time, you'll know if a team is just going to be inconsistent or a team's got that elite level mindset and they're going to just run the table.
Yeah, the only time I lose composure about shit like that is when teams are clicking and they're heading in the right direction and then they change. And that only happened once with you guys, and it was when you guys picked up Huke. Because I thought you guys
we wanted to win. It's like we were really good and we were on an upscale, but like we would play teams like Atlanta and Toronto and we would just get outslayed by a million.
Yeah.
And it's like obviously you can work on stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like it's been happening so much that it's like, bro, we have to beat those teams to win, and we need to at least make it close. It was not close versus them at all, and it's like, do we keep being this top 4, maybe top 6 team that is like maybe can win on a certain day of COD where they are having bad days, or do we make a change where we felt like it was good and we felt like Kyler, being Kyler, would come in and maybe help us in the slaying department.
Yeah. I saw what you guys are doing with Kyler. Like, I understand why you guys made the change, for sure.
Yeah.
So at the time, I didn't think it was bad. It just sucked that you guys are hitting fire, and then something like that happened, and a superstar's on the table, and you guys are left in that position. I personally, don't disagree with it. Like, I probably would have went out and got Kyler as well, because, it's Huke. But it's just, unfortunate. You guys were on a little bit of a hot streak, got Huke, and now it's all falling apart again, but you guys are trying to get right back on the right track, So it's just been a tough year, man. It's been a tough fucking year, and I think I feel like you're handling it well, though, Kenny. Listen, man, you're doing the best. You're trying to, and I agree with you, man. It's funny that when you mention, you want to have fun and be happy, because your roommate used to fucking tease me about that shit, Don. I don't know if Don's watching. But he goes, oh yeah, because I used to say that shit in New York. I'm like, guys, come on, man, let's have some fun today. Like, let's be happy today. We're always yelling at each other. Let's just have a couple days. Whatever. Look at him. He said that's bullshit. Donnie, join in here, bro.
Nah, that is. I mean, I agree to a certain extent. Like, it's not fun getting smoked and losing a lot.
Yeah.
Consistently losing. You can't really have fun. But at the end of the day, like you said, there's so much talent on our team. We should be able to beat some teams on some maps just by talent. And obviously, it's at the point in this game where I feel like almost every team kind of plays the same, it's like the point where what you need to do. Like, you need to hit the back on this hill, you need to hit the front, shit like that.
Yeah.
And it just comes down, we should be able to win a map, and we can't be consistently losing. That's not fun, at all. And it's just
definitely not. I mean, winning it definitely helps the mental, for 100%. Sure. For sure. And I think the most important thing now, and at least just from the outside looking in and just really studying, I've been doing a lot of watching, because I just, I can't fucking play, so I just watch. And I'm like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, the most important thing that I see with the top teams is unselfishness. I feel like a lot of the top teams are very unselfish from top to bottom. All 4 players are unselfish and will do anything on the map that they got to do. And they take risk. They make plays. They're not scared to hit something out. They're not scared to make a solo play. Like, they have playmakers. They have people making plays on a map. And I think as long as you guys put yourself in that mindset where everybody can be confident and be happy and play the game of COD how they want to play the game of COD and just have trust in each other, I feel like you guys can 100% come out. Hey, bro, you guys are going to champs. You guys got another major to go to. You guys are gonna be practicing every single day. Get that confidence going. Get your guys. Push the gas pedal down, as my pops always says. Keep that fucking gas pedal down, and listen, anything can fucking happen, man. You guys have had a rough, stressful year, but a lot of shit has been hitting the fan. So maybe you guys could catch fire at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, 100%. I mean, I agree. Going to champs is good. It's just I don't know. It's been so rough that it's not that I'm looking down. It's just at this point in the game, it's I want to be at the point where I can consistently not just win, but play. We got absolutely bodied by Optic when we played them. I feel like at the end of this type of game, you shouldn't be able in the end of any COD, you shouldn't just get blown out by a team.
No.
It's stressful to have shit like that, and you have to make a roster change. It's we got to go to Scram tomorrow. Yo. What do y'all want to do on this hill? What do y'all want to do on this map?
You got a different team every day. You got a different team every fucking day. It's fuck, man. Let's go through the basics again. It's
exactly.
It's annoying.
It's not fun at all. But I mean,
definitely not.
It's worth it in the end if you win. That's always how I see it. It's
100%.
go through these lows, it's always definitely worth it.
Which is why winning feels fucking incredible. When you fucking
100%.
win, bro, there's nothing that beats that feel. You feel like you're on top of the world. You feel like you're $1 million. You know, it's like winning's the best fucking feeling ever. Especially like when you're on an event, you're on stage and there's a crowd and you know people are there. It's like a whole different feeling. You know, just the adrenaline and shit like that. But there's no doubt in my mind you guys are gonna keep doing your thing. We got Donnie in here now too. We got Temp in here.
Hello.
Don, what do you mean that's bullshit?
That was bullshit. You're a cabin.
No, I wasn't capping.
You're a cabin, bro.
I didn't get made fun of for saying let's have fun.
Listen, bro, you were saying that it's all about the timing, T. You know what I'm saying? Like at the time you were saying it, we were shooting trophies before dead, getting wiped off the map. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean we? I wasn't doing that.
No. Okay, see, I'm trying to be a good teammate and say we, like put the blame on everyone. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We were shooting trophies before dead, getting wiped off the map. So you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't the right time for that.
I feel you.
It wasn't the time to have fun. It was the time to. You know what I'm saying?
Fix the system.
Get it together, you know?
No, I understand that, Don, but you know, I used to get mocked. Lamar used to go, "You want to have fun? Oh yeah, you want to have fun?" I said, "Lamar, what the fuck?" I said, I think we play pretty good when we're fucking around. You know, I felt like when we were loose and when we were having fun, like our New York team was disgusting. Like
it's the same thing with my Paris team, bro. If we trolling scrims, like we're literally like not even trying, we're actually better. And I feel like that's like bad though.
What?
That's how Dallas
can't do that. You can't do that in a match. Like imagine if we go to LAN and like we're actually trolling in the match, like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't troll in the match.
But I feel like that's when certain teams like play better though.
To Tom's point, it's
not
like
trolling though. Having fun doesn't mean trolling.
Nah, there's certain levels of it though.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Sometimes
there's a difference between going hard and then laughing, like when you smoke someone or something. But like, I'm talking about actually like trolling. Like
there's like 3 states, right? There's like everybody's like super tight and strict, and like then people just don't want to make plays. And there's that nice middle ground between the trolling and the tight, where you're just like everybody's loose. They understand the plays need to be made. The chemistry's vibing. The teamwork and the understandings there. People are making jokes pregame, listening to music. Like that's the mindset you need to get into. And a lot of elite teams last year and this year, if you talk around the league, like that's the way they operate their practice. That's the way they operate when they're at LAN like all day. It's just like making sure we're just kind of in that like we don't give a F. Like we're just gonna pull up in 3-0 kind of mindset. And when we need to dig deep, let's dig deep and grind out a series when we're not bringing our 100% game.
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be a balance, Don. You know what I'm saying? There just needs to be a balance. It can't just be so stuck up all the time, because then it gets to a point where, like, people, like Ben said, don't want to make plays. They're scared. They lose their confidence. I mean, you saw a good example was Vivid. He goes to Dallas. He gets thrown into a system, and he's shitting the sheets because he's, like, trying to fall into their system. He's not making plays. He's losing his confidence. Like, I talked to him a little bit, and I was like...
He's not trying to fuck up.
He doesn't want to... He's playing to not fuck up instead of playing his games. And sometimes that's how I felt. I felt like I had to play to not fuck up instead of just playing my game. Yeah, and I would lose my fucking shit. That's why in our New York apartment, obviously, for those of you who don't know, I lived in New York City with Donnie. We were roommates. So I used to fucking rant to him all the time. You know, I used to rant to him, and we used to talk about this shit a lot. And it's a big factor, man, and it gives a lot of stress too, and it goes to the mental side of things. Like sometimes you can get in your own head, and you don't play the game the right way. You know, you lose that confidence, so you got to get that confidence back. You know what I'm saying, Don? Yeah. But I think that's the main thing. I think going back to the LA Thieves situation, I think if these guys can get rolling, they got a championship roster over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just gonna take time.
Wait, Ken, are you running a sub now?
I don't know what's going on yet. We haven't figured it out with our team, but
for sure.
It don't matter what the fuck you're running. Why don't you like running a sub though, Kenny? I feel like you're fucking gross with a sub. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt with Black Ops 4.
With the AR and this shit though.
Yeah, but like the AK-74, you like, bro, Kenny can make plays with that shit for sure. Like, I'll give him the best, bro. Listen, the SOG in Black Ops 4, hey, you got my word. Toss that shit in the fucking garbage and fucking run the Methodz. I was trying to do that. I just couldn't do it. But listen, this game, I know you're really good with an AR. I just feel like with a sub, you can be impactful as fuck because of how talented you are. You know what I'm saying? Even if your stats hinder, bro, if you drop a .9, who gives a fuck? If you're making fucking plays and like actually
it's not about the stats. He just be challenging with the AR though, and winning it though.
Yeah, because
you know
that's what you could do with the Krig. You know, that's
you
why,
could chow
and that's why Kenny
with
likes
that.
it. That's why he fucking likes
exactly,
it.
Exactly.
That's why I feel like he's better with an AR in this shit, because you could just take every gunfight, and if you just know where they are and you just hit the shots, they're dead.
But Kenny is one
He's
of the
also good with a sub.
But it's not even about him being good. The sub is harder to run. Like
I just feel like you have to play your life with a sub, and I'm not saying Ken can't play his life, but I just feel like with the AR, you could just chow relentlessly.
I think being a sub player, you could be more impactful. I think
Yeah,
Kenny
you
can
could.
be.
No, that's
You know what I'm
unarguable.
saying?
That's unarguable.
I think Kenny can be, and
that.
I think how talented Kenny is, like he can do whatever he wants, and I think being a sub player, he could be a lot more impactft with it. Because now, honestly, it doesn't fucking matter because you guys have a lot of talent. You just need to find the right formula.
Play your streaks, baby.
Yeah, get this. You know what I'm saying?
Don was raging saying I don't play my streaks enough.
Play your streaks, baby.
Donnie always be raging, bro. Don, you always raging, bro.
I'm always trying to look out. I'm always trying to look out.
Nah,
you gotta see. You gotta rephrase that, T.
No, my bad. That was bad, guys. He's not always raging.
No, say it. Say Don's always trying to look out.
Don's always trying to look out. You know what I'm saying? No, you're good. I didn't mean it like that. You know, people. Oh, Don's always raging. Write it down. He's always angry. You know, and then they start tweeting you. You get a whole gimmick these days, just like I'm a stupid idiot. All I do is flank it. It is what it is. You know.
But you were hitting some routes, bro.
Hey, some people used to steal my routes, Don.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? So, you should see the routes. You know who's been hitting good routes?
Crim steals your routes.
Yeah, he does. And now listen, he has a Zoom on his team. Hey, bro, Vivid plays like that. You ever watch Vivid play? He is a route taker, bro. He takes some nice routes. I like the routes he takes. So we'll obviously, somebody said talk about LAG. They're trash, man. What's there to talk about?
I thought we talked about it last show. We're just gonna stop saying the same things we say about LAG. We're just gonna move on, bro. What else do you want to say?
I mean, listen, I'm just gonna be honest. I like everybody over at LAG, but they have no clue what they're doing over there. They have no clue. And listen, guys, this is just my opinion. Like, I'm very honest. Like, I always like to be very honest on a show. I personally don't think they're taking the right steps to be a winning team. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I was going to say, we haven't talked about the mental thing, Tom. Like, it's just, bro, let's just give it 2 seconds, man. Like, mental's been running, from my understanding, in AR and Challengers, correct? He's not been running a sub?
Mental?
I don't even know. I honestly don't know.
They've got Exceed and Nero on their team, correct?
Yeah.
So I would be surprised if he was running a sub on a team with those 2 players. No, people are saying he is running a sub. Okay. Well, then that makes a little bit more sense.
See, and Apathy said in the chat.
I just don't. I think for the tough thing here, though, is if they're giving mental an audition, it's a really tough time to do it. And I know Silly came out and said that, that ultimately, like, the coaches, GMs are kind of making the calls and the players are making the calls. But I agree with Tom, sort of the full sense in what we've seen of the roster moves they made this year. It's tough to really suss out their strategy, especially since their best player is now on one of the better teams in the league.
Yeah, I mean, hey, bro, it's my bad if I come off as a dickhead sometimes. Sometimes I could come off as a complete dick. I promise I don't mean it in a bad way. Sometimes I'm very blunt and honest. Like, in them being trash, I'm just saying, listen, they're at the bottom of the barrel right now. They're not playing good. They're not showing any of the results. I feel like with the roster changes they made, which is sending Vivid, just sending him off to Dallas was just weird to me because I thought he was their best player, like you just said. They're just not playing good. I mean, Apathy's in the chat right now, and he's like, you're right. I mean, we're not playing good, and that's what I respect. I'd rather not have somebody come on the show and spit some fugazi like, dude, we're doing good in practice, we're splitting that. Like, bro, you've been getting shit on for months. If you're going on stage and you're not getting results, it's like, bro, at least if I was still competing and I was getting shit on for months, like, hey, you got to be honest with yourself. Sometimes you just got to be honest with yourself and understand, okay, what do we need to do? Like, what do we need to do to be a winning team? And I just feel like LAG doesn't know what they're doing. And I'm not even talking about the players. I'm talking about the coaches, the staff, like the people behind the GM. I don't know who's running the show over there. But, like, if you're watching your team play every single day and watching them on stage and seeing, everybody who's out there, it's like, you got to figure out a winning formula because that's the whole point now. We're in a professional franchise league and these teams spend $25 million, maybe more, fucking millions. They're spending so much money and they want to win. They want to win. So I think that's like the main thing for LAG.
That's my thing.
Doubles and Ricky,
Tom,
if you want to come
that,
on. Sorry,
you say that, and people agree with you, but then Eric and Cap and like the management here do what you're saying and then get roasted for it.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. People are never fucking happy.
I mean, you're gonna get roasted for losing regardless.
I mean, that's true, but it's like. It's not like they're not trying to take the right steps to win, though. That's my thing.
I agree, but I feel like Eric. Go ahead, Don.
I was about to say, I feel like Eric and Cap would get gassed if it worked. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, that's like the both sides. Like they're doing it and it's just not
like
working.
Double-edged sword, literally.
Yeah, it's like a double. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to get Bevels. I think, Tom, to your earlier point, like if Bevels or Ricky are watching this, hit us up. Would love to get you guys on the show and kind of walk us through sort of your thought processes here, because maybe they have a good reason, but we haven't heard much from them. I think they've only put out that one video back when the whole Reese Vivid situation went down. I don't think much of those guys really tweet much these days. But love to understand sort of their overall philosophy. Are they trying to build for next season? Like what's going on here? Because I think we're missing some context.
There could be a bigger picture, but listen, man, I don't want people to get butthurt if we're saying negative things. Like, if things aren't going your way, for the most part, like, people are just being honest and giving their opinions. Like, we're talking about a game here. I have nothing against anybody over at LAG. I love everybody over there. Like, there's no problems at all. They're just not performing. You know, what do you want us to say? You know, sometimes you just need to say it how it is. And I think there might be some stuff behind the scenes, because it's always like that, Ben. I mean, we could see things, but from the outside looking in, we don't know the whole story. We don't know what's actually going on. Like, Ricky and Bevels can come on and spit something, and I'll be like, what the fuck? This is news to me. You know, like, I don't know. But that's just something, you know, we take with a grain of salt. Sometimes we might not know everything, but, you know, people ask questions, we're going to answer them, you know, be as realistic as possible. And I'm going to, you know, answer it how I think it should be answered. You know, it is what it is, guys. But if anybody,
we can only act with the info we have, Tom. I mean, there's just no messaging coming out of that camp. We've seen what Silly's been the only person kind of really going out there and talking about it. But even he came out and said with this roster change that it wasn't like their call. Yeah. So I'm very curious.
I mean, Kenny, everybody's talking about you got stories. What kind of stories you trying to tell today, bro? You got any stories for us?
Well, I got that one. I mean, we can talk about the Teej situation, to be honest.
Yeah, what's going on with Teej, man? What's going on with this guy?
I feel like it's the same situation what I have with Brandon, is that I feel like, okay, first of all, one thing, if you get benched, everybody knows in here that you're not supposed to announce it until it's announced. That's for one, and he's done it twice. I feel like that's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I feel like people need to be more self-aware nowadays. Like once again, I'm cool with Teej. I just think as a teammate, he was underperforming. That's a fact. That there's no like, oh, he may have had a good series here. He was underperforming. That's completely factual. And it's like he's trying to make it seem like people are just out to get him. It's like, bro, if you're performing, you wouldn't have a problem with being on the roster still. And it's like,
for sure, you gotta be real with yourself. You gotta be real.
And like that's just how I see it, to be honest. And like I said, I just feel like it's disrespectful for people to go on stream and do shit like that. And like, oh, I don't give a fuck. Like, what do you not give a fuck about? I feel like that is like one of the reasons. That's one of the things you should give a fuck about, is like being on the starting roster. Yeah. And like, I don't know. That's just how I see it.
It was handled in the wrong way.
Let me ask.
Definitely handled terribly.
Yeah. Let me ask a loaded question.
Go ahead.
So feel free, if you don't want to answer this question, because it's a little bit of a strong question, you know, feel free not to. I know that there were questions in the offseason about whether or not you guys were going to re-sign him or not. Like, from the player perspective in the offseason, were you guys dead set on re-signing him? Or
we wanted to play with Teej 100%. Okay. It was like some contract issues with, like I said, the selling of like the orgs and stuff like that, like where like they let Teej go, and so we didn't want Teej to go to a different team. So me and Austin really wanted to play with Teej. Like, even with how shitty our year was with OGLA, we still wanted to play with Teej. And that's like one of the things I once again feel bad for Eric and Cap. Like, and even me, I've vouched for Teej a million times, like a bunch of times. And like, it's to a point where like you can't vouch for somebody anymore. Like you have to back up your own self. Like and like that's where I like, once again, it's self-awareness. Like, people need to understand, like, bro, this is a job, this is a business. It's not like it used to be where you can just play games for fun and like join any team you want and do all this whatever you want. Like, but you got to take shit seriously, and people want to win. Everybody wants to win.
Yeah, that's the difference now, right? Is like, we're in a professional, like, it's really professional now, and everything is run by higher ups. Like, players can't just call shots now, and like you said, like, back in the day, TJ could say, you know what, fuck you. You know, exactly. I'm going to this team, and I'm going to smoke you.
Contracts didn't matter. People were just like getting dropped left, right, and center whenever they wanted to. Now
you can't do it.
Yeah, now there's a lot more. I still don't believe like the best teams are always going to have synergy on roster between players and management. What I mean is like those decisions are not made in a vacuum from management. The key players or all players are aligned on what the process is and should be, so that everybody is happy with the decision that's being made.
Yeah.
You have to be a professional now. You have to understand how to talk to people. You have to understand what it takes to be a professional and actually go into practice every day, show the passion, show the effort, be a good teammate, be respectful. Like you're under a contract, you're in a league. Like you can't just be a fucking prick. Unless you're dropping fucking 50 every map and you're carrying your team to championships, then you don't have any right to talk like that. You can't do certain things. So you got to make sure that you're professional and
like that's one thing too, is that Teej was never a bad teammate. He was never like, it's not like, oh, nobody liked Teej. We just want him out the team. Teej is fucking. We all know Teej. He's fucking funny.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Like,
Teej is a good dude.
It's just like, bro, like I said, people want we want results. We want to win, and like this is once again one of those things where we're trying to take the right steps to become winners, and like it's been 2 years of us just sucking.
Yeah.
Like into the point, like, bro, I'm so over it that me personally trying to do whatever I can to try to at least win something.
Yeah,
like
100%. 100%.
And like I said, just like being self-aware. Like, bro, I know my teams have not been good the past 2 years.
Can I address something? I just saw in chat that someone said, "Oh, like Teej got dropped 2 times. I'll be walding too." That's fine if you're upset. Yeah. But what Ken's saying here and what's valid is there's a level of professionalism that's expected of you, and that the Canon, rightly so, is upset that it's not a move that's been officially announced by the team, and he went out and just sort of put it out into the void. It's not like he leaked it or gave himself some distance. He literally said it himself on stream. So
he said,
TJ said, "Shut the fuck up, Ben."
It's different when you say, "I don't give a fuck." Like, what do you? That's more so what it was like not okay with me. It was like, what do you not give a fuck about? Like, this is like real life shit. Like, I'm not saying Teej won't end up on a roster, but it's like shit like that. Like, you gotta handle yourself nowadays differently. It's not.
Can I add some?
Go ahead. Oh, welcome to the flank.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't introduce myself. You guys were in a nice conversation. The one thing I was gonna say, like leading up to this year, like what you were saying, Ken, like I felt like in my past years I was not performing like to the level, like to the professional level that everyone like holds each other to. But like I obviously like was like a good teammate and all that stuff. So like leading to this year, like I really like was, like you said, was self-aware. Like I looked myself in the eye. I was like, dude, like this is the last year. If you don't do good, you're probably not gonna be on a team. So like that was one thing that I really focused on that really helped me. And the second thing you said too, like about the benching thing, like dude, even Tommy knows when I first got my contract from New York, they told me that dead in the eye, like, hey, you're not gonna be playing for longer than a month until we get Hydra.
Yeah, they said that.
And,
yeah, they did.
and like I knew that, but like I was still gonna go out there and try to perform. And then like things kind of went my way with like where Tommy stepped down and a spot opened up and like all that other stuff. But like even then they told me straight up, like, you're not gonna be a starter.
Yeah.
And like.
That's
and like
tough
you
to
said,
hear,
like,
man. That's tough to hear.
Yeah, it's like it hurts you, but like, bro, if you still gotta go and play with the team, like you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. And like, if someone's getting benched and getting back on the team, and like that shouldn't affect you. Like, I can see why it affects people, and I completely agree. But it's a professional league, and like, there's not very many spots. So if someone tells you like, "Yo, this is your opportunity to play," even though we just benched you, like, you should be able to play.
What's going on?
What's going on, Teej? well, Teej, before you say anything,
wait, I really wasn't listening. I was talking to my challengers team now. I just don't want to name in the chat.
You're good. Wait, Teej. So before you say anything, I'm gonna play a clip in the chat, and then we'll get your thoughts after. Okay?
Okay. All right.
So let's take a look, chat, and we'll get his thoughts.
My own drum.
Yeah,
what's the roster, bro? Listen,
idiot, bro.
I picked up John. Bench me and Kyler. I don't give a fuck.
All right, so Teej, I think you ended that with I don't give a fuck.
I was getting a lot of questions in chat, and they were saying like what's going around, so I just put it out there.
Yeah, see, you just like, I think you were at that point, you just didn't give a fuck, clearly,
Listen, I really don't care that I got benched. Like, if they think it's better, like the best thing for the team, that's fine. I'm just pissed because when I originally got benched, I could have joined a different team, or I wanted to join a different team, but they wouldn't let me go, and they were just. I mean, if they were good with college, I'm sure they would have let me go. But they were just not good, so they kept me around, put me back in, and then they benched me again. And now it's too late to even just get on a team. Like now it's just chalk.
Yeah,
This
I mean,
no, wait.
sucks,
This is my thing.
That's why.
If you go to that team, and not perform, do you think that team's okay with that too? That's my issue.
No.
Okay, so then like, what's the difference? Because if you go to that team and get benched, it's the same situation.
You think he'll play better on another
Listen,
team?
I just think I'd be better on a different team.
Okay, that's understandable then. That's
Like-
very understandable. Yeah, I told you, I gave you the option whenever you text me about joining the other team. I told you you should take that spot, and then you were like, "No, I want to play with y'all." And I'm like, "All right, well then you should tell Eric that that team wants you."
They weren't gonna let that happen.
Okay, but that's the exact conversation we had. That's no more facts than that. I told you to go to that team because I agree. I even told Don. I said I hope Teej gets on a different team and plays well. I told Don in my own kitchen. That's on everything I love. Literally, my own. That's on everything I love. I literally said. I said we bench Teej. I feel bad. I hope he joins a different team and fries because I think he should be playing well. And then you don't play well, and it's not unfortunate. And that's one thing I hate when people make it seem like it's not unfortunate. And I do agree. You might actually play better on a different team. And like it's not like you didn't have the option. You actually did have the option. And like I don't know if they wouldn't allowed it. Okay, then that's above me. It's above me now.
Oh no, I'm not pissed at any of the players. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna add on to it. It's like, you know, I kind of want to let you guys just talk it out, but I think for the main thing for me is like, we're just in a business now. You know, TJ, you're on a contract. You got a lot of money. You know, a lot more goes into it. So maybe, you know, LA Thieves, like they're looking at their own interests. Like they're keeping you around because if shit does hit the fan, they have you on the back burner. Because you're not a bad player, Teej. Just because you're not performing right now doesn't mean you're a bad player. You know, you could just be in a slump. But, you know, like you said, you can go to another team and play really well. And I don't think you should, like, give up or anything. You know, it didn't work out with this team. Yeah, you keep playing. You know what you're capable of. Get back into that fucking mindset. Keep doing your thing. And when you get back to the level you know you can get to, you'll find yourself on another team. And, you know, you'll end up fucking frying, you know?
I got nothing against the players. Just, I don't know, dude. The men, I don't know.
Like I said, I agree.
What if it is asking this team? What are they gonna do now? What are they gonna do?
There's nothing else we can do now. We got to stick to. Okay, but my thing is that but what you responded to me was that you didn't even actually want to go play with that team. You wanted to still play with us. That's how you responded. So it wasn't like it didn't seem like you actually wanted to leave.
I'm gonna say that to you though, like.
Oh well, then bro. That I just don't. Because like at that point, it's like if you don't want to play with me or play with our team, TJ, you tell me that I'm not gonna want you back on the roster. Nobody's gonna want you on the roster. You don't want to play with us. That's completely fine. If you told me like, yo, I think I'll play better on this roster, I can't argue that. We already benched you for a reason. You can have that's leverage right there. That's free leverage. You can tell.
Bro,
you told me that you wanted to show.
Like,
how do you not have any leverage? We benched you. So that means that you don't have to play with us if you don't want to. You told me you wanted to play with us.
So I just wouldn't play at all then.
Okay, but if you wanted to go to the other team, they're not going to
let me go, bro.
Great show.
Like what?
Did you try? Did you try?
Bro, I like demanded to be traded. Yes, I did. I literally. Bro, yes, I did, bro.
For sure.
He said for sure.
I can go back to my text with Cap. Listen, bro, I literally said to Cap, I text Cap, send me to this team. He's like, bro, don't make fucking demands. Like, who the fuck are you?
I can see Cap saying that.
But my thing is that when we asked you to come back on the roster, you didn't have to come play back with us. You could have actually.
Okay, but I'm obviously going to.
Okay.
And I wanted to. Yeah, obviously I want to play. I want to play.
But I'm saying, but like the talk between me, Eric, like talking to them, they would have let you go if you didn't want to play with us. And that's a fact.
Dude, I mean, that's just something we'll never know now.
Okay.
Did you 100% have a team offer on the table when, like, you could 100% went there? Were you an option?
Yeah.
So you were an option, or you were like the option?
No. Like, I couldn't get on that team, bro.
Like you could, like they wanted to put you on the starting roster. Can you say what team it was? Can you say the team?
I don't want to.
You don't want to? Why? What's Florida? He said it was Florida.
You don't have to say yes or no. You can just say what Jerry said was correct.
Jerry's going rogue. Yeah.
Florida for Havoc is what I'm being told. So guys,
There you go.
sources just came in. Apparently it was for Havoc in Florida. Which, listen, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, this is all news to me. You know, I'm fucking.
Listen, bro.
I'll learn as I go. But
It's a fantasy COD league, bro. That's what it is, bro.
I mean,
It is, and then you put people on the bench that don't perform. That's a fact. That's the same shit in fantasy. You play fantasy.
Oh,
so you know
100%.
this. Okay, so then that's my thing though, is that it's all hindsight, and you can put somebody on the bench that and they just start performing well that same day. It's the same shit. It's like, bro,
Wait,
you
what?
have these, if you put somebody on the bench and they still perform well that day, like it's literally just all luck. Like nobody can assume that you're gonna perform well. That's my thing. We put you in twice and you didn't perform. It wasn't like are you saying that it's our fault that you didn't perform?
I'm not saying that.
Okay, so that bro, you have a whole year and 2 opportunities to perform, Teej. Like, you got to be realistic at this point. Like, that's all I'm trying to tell you. As a friend, you have to be realistic at this point, bro. Like, you're supposed to play well. I mean, go ahead.
Listen, I just said I'm not mad about that.
I know you're not mad. It's just that the fact that I still want you on the team, and I want to win with you, Teej. And
I know that.
okay, but my point is that you're not giving much, and that's like.
Let's give Teej a chance to respond here if you want, Teej.
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't even have nothing to say. I'm just.
No, it's just like when you say you don't give a fuck, that was like not okay to. I don't know what you mean by you don't give a fuck. I'm assuming you're just talking to your chat.
Yeah, I feel like Kenny's a little hurt, Teej, because it seems like you don't care, and like when you're in a professional league, like you have to care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't care about leaking that roster. Obviously.
Then that I mean that is what it is. That is, I mean, at the same time.
What you saying?
It just felt like, and we talked about this before. Like when you say you don't give a fuck, I mean it just like you didn't care to anyways. Like it was just like because I even texted you after the fucking fact that you kind of knew you were about to be benched, and I told you what it was. And my thing is that you keep saying you said that you could have joined a different team, which I agree you could have, but bro, like you got to be realistic, because if you join that team and you get benched there, how do you feel? Like that's my thing, is like being realistic. If you're playing well, you're gonna stay on the fucking roster, and that's a fact.
Listen, I can see it from both sides. I mean,
we were a top like 3-4 team. I got benched. So I mean,
the first time or the second time?
Okay,
first time.
And it's still the same story, Teej. We were playing well. We weren't winning. We're top. You're okay with being top 4? Nobody's okay with being just top 4. People want to win. That's the actual case. Like that's what I'm meaning, is that we want to win, and everybody on the team needs to be performing. Everybody.
So what happens if you guys don't win now?
I mean, it's the end of the year.
I mean, they're trying.
We're trying to get a roster that wants to win and is performing. That's the whole point of this talk. Like there's.
I get it.
I assume, Ken, you guys are trying to get some CDL points here at the end as well, because you guys are currently sitting in 7th, correct? I think.
Listen,
in
I get
points.
it, bro.
Go ahead,
do what they want.
Go ahead.
They can do what they want. I'm saying that's why I already said why I was pissed the first time.
Yeah, listen,
I obviously just want to play on a team, any team. I could go to champs, but now I'm fucked out of champs, and I mean, they could think if they think that's the best roster, then I mean, what more could I do?
I think the main thing too is like emotions are high. Like you're on stream, you don't give a fuck. You're leaking the roster. You say, saying you don't give a fucking shit. Kenny's like upset because
that's not even a big deal.
I'm not even upset.
That shit already got leaked. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even like really like upset. It's just like when people are trying to like blame other people for shit. It's just like I'm not saying Teej is doing that. I'm just saying like that's how it makes it seem like even the shit with Kyler like saying it's a typo. Yeah. There's so much more to that story, and then like other people get the flag for it. Like, yeah, bro, be realistic. Like
you have to.
What's up, guys? Teej, we have a scrim. Let's go.
Like,
hold on. Wait, and we went into a land with a completely different team. Lost 2 searches. Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
There's definitely, listen, man, this is a tough situation because
it's a tough situation, bro. To be honest,
you look at it from both sides.
TJ did get hoed, bro. To be honest.
I agree. I completely agree. TJ got hoed.
But you're basically telling him to just accept the fact that he got hoed and move forward.
Like, we were scrimming Seattle.
That is the right shit to do, though. That is the right shit to do. He did get hold though.
They
TJ got
determined my
hold
teammate
point blank
didn't
period.
do his
like,
COVID test, and
I agree. Teej got hold. I'm not arguing Teej got hold. But what he just said is like, oh, we were just top 4. Like that's not what we wanted. That
I mean, you know, you don't want top 4, but like, god damn, like
teams don't
I mean,
take
you gotta
top
be
4.
realistic too, bro.
I agree. We're trying to be realistic. That's why we're trying to win. That's the point of it being like, what?
Listen, no team's gonna win forming a roster for a week at a time.
Okay,
That's just not possible.
okay. I completely agree. Like I said, if somebody's underperforming, you put them on the bench. You just agreed to that, and that's exactly what happened. And then you're gonna sit here and tell me that Kyler was not a good pick? Kyler, out of any other player in the league, you don't think Kyler's a good pick?
It is a good pick.
When he gets his test done, it's pretty good.
I agree.
You know, but I think for the main part, listen, man, TJ was underperforming. He got benched. Now he's got to find, go find something else. Listen, it sucks from both ends, but we're in a business now. It's very different. It's very cutthroat. Like people, like especially the higher ups, they don't give a fuck, bro. They don't care.
Listen, bro, I just need some new scenery, man.
Hey, you need some new scenery, Teej. Now you're with Zinni now, so feeling pretty good with Zin.
We just lost 8 out of Mohawk.
You what?
Jesus.
Nothing. We're not playing. Listen, we'll figure it out.
Not yet. Their team's not
better
playing
days ahead, man.
Their team's not playing well.
Better maps ahead.
What do you mean? You lost to Mohawk?
Dude.
Oh, we got 8-0 slammed for
You
$100.
did?
Wait, Mohawk is actually the #1 challenger right
He
now.
is, right?
Wait,
Mohawk's
really?
good.
They haven't played well.
Wait, stand by Donnie Temp. Stand by Donnie Temp. He's #1 challenger.
I heard Mohawk is
Tom
really
Brady
good.
might disagree with that, but it's all
No,
good.
yeah, no, he's been playing well.
That's fine. But Mohawk's been
Rumor
fine.
has it Chip Kelly is in the COD league.
Bro,
now.
Mohawk has been peaceful.
Chip Kelly.
Your chat will get it. Chip Kelly is the head coach of Los Angeles Thieves.
Ben's on that one.
I got that one. That one's good. I'll give you credit for that one.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Money
but...
Mo, yeah, Money Mo. That's a good name,
But
man.
what's going on with Challengers? I saw you tweet out something that Challengers is a fucking shit show and everything.
Well, that was because earlier today, Haggy got screwed over an hour before roster lock to, so I guess JT and them stole Zinx.
Happen? Why does this always happen to Haggy?
Well, because John, so for some reason, John's not competing in Challengers. I don't know why, but John isn't competing in Challengers anymore. So they needed one, and they stole Zinx, and now they have the elite spot about an hour before, and then fucking Zyro gets dropped off Ramby's team. Here comes Duarte. It's just a shit show. I'm getting 8-0 by Mohawk.
I mean,
Put some respect on his name.
Wait, what do you listen? He's been playing well. You
Call
want me
him
to say
Money
it a third
Mo. Money
time?
Mo. Say I got 8-0 by
listen,
Money Mo.
Money Mo was having me relentlessly.
Okay.
Listen, I got nothing against the players, bro. Like, I'm cool with players. I still think.
Listen, Teej, emotions are high, man.
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. I'm actually like.
Yeah, I know, but you're chilling. But for instance, if I was in your shoes, I'd be annoyed.
No,
I'd be
definitely
pissed. You know,
I'm pissed,
it's okay, bro. It's okay to be pissed. It's okay to be annoyed.
Nah.
Like it's all right. I personally
Listen, we have to go. Our schedule's waiting for 20 minutes. Teej, we're out of here. Challenge.
All right,
Let's move.
Zinni, win a map, please.
Please.
We're trying. We're fuck me.
I kind of like it.
Do you guys have a coach?
Listen, yo, Zen, you gotta run the AR
Yo, Ben, fuck you,
on
Ben.
APOC hardpoint.
Wait.
Run the sub.
Wait, I was fine with the sub.
Yo, I'll mute the stream for 2 seconds.
bro,
That's the first
What do you
one
mean?
here.
No, go
Bro,
watch that.
Hamza
I'll
got
watch it with
fried.
you.
No,
Go fuck
Hamza
yourself.
got fried,
Go
bro.
fucking hit that part
Alright,
right
go to
there.
your scrim, guys.
Wait,
I'm
needs to run a
gonna-
sub.
Oh, you're saying Hamza shit with the AR?
Hamza needs to run a sub on that map, bro. Trust.
Oh, I'll run that shit then. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Have a good day.
Wait, Zinni, before you dip, do you guys have a coach?
No. You want a coach?
Yeah.
We can talk.
I'm down. Give me a little phone call tonight.
User disconnected.
All right,
from your
guys.
channel.
Been real.
That was
I'm
good
also on the bench.
entertainment.
Have a
Just
good
'cause
day.
I never talk about Teej, but just so I'm
Have a
also
good
on the
day.
bench, so we all aware. I'm pretty good at the game. So just looking forward to the future, right? Hopefully one of these league teams finds an interest in me. 'Cause-
Listen, we were talking about LAG before Zin, and Ben was saying we should get Ricky in here to talk about some of the team changes they're making. But
Sure, yeah,
I
he's,
think,
no,
is
no,
he here?
he's right
Is he
here.
there? Oh.
Hey guys, Ricky here. I'm the assistant coach LAG. Obviously, we let Reese go to Empire, and they play second. So, just right now, just looking to reevaluate and talk with Emery and figure out what we can do. Thank you. Thanks, Rick. It's always good to hear from Rick.
Thank you,
I'm
Rick.
out of
It's
here.
always a
Thanks,
pleasure,
Rick.
Rick. Thank you for coming on, Zin. You have a good stream, all right?
User
Or good stream.
disconnected from your channel.
All right. I don't know where the fuck we're going with this show at this point.
We just keep flowing, bro. It's flowing
Just
right
keep
now.
flowing
Okay.
with this shit, bro. I don't know what's going on, but Challenges really is a shit show, bro. I don't know. I feel like every time I listen to people talk about challenges, it's just a host fuck, is it not? Whenever they play these elite,
yeah, it's really bad.
it's just bad. It's just host fucking.
Bro, my first game in Challengers, T, like I just got benched. Like I'm coming from just 100 T, one of the best organizations in the league. Like I'm just pulling up. First game I get on, I'm playing on the other team's host, 80 ping. Okay, it's their host, no big deal. Like we lost a map, like 15 points, all good.
Yeah.
I go to my team's host, Haggy, Hamza, Glow Frosty, and Zaptius.
Yeah.
I'm on 120.
Oh,
Haggy's
oh
like,
my
"Bro, I
God.
got them on my cable line. We're about to fry them." They proceed to not even get a kill, bro. We get 6-0, checkmate S&D.
Yeah.
At that point, I just wanted to quit, bro. No bullshit.
I mean, bro, come on, bro. Like if you're playing on it's different in the COD League online because there were servers and they're trying to make it as fair as possible where everybody's pinging, roughly the same thing. But in Challengers, it's different. Bro, if I'm hosting and I'm playing against 3 guys from Cali and I'm hosting from New York,
They're gonna get fried.
Bro, I'm dropping 50.
You're dropping 50.
Yeah, I'm shitting on them. Like, I'm gonna shit on them.
And you can put them on the cable line, though, too, T. You be like, yeah, I got a little cable line in the back pocket.
It's like the fans don't give a fuck. You'll see teams
don't give a fuck.
Like, say, for instance, Slacked and Zinni and them, they'll go play a team and they'll get host fucked, and people are just like, yeah, those kids are shit now. Zinni and Slacked are washed and this and that. And
they're on
it's
120
like,
ping.
Yeah, while they're on 120 ping, it's like, I kind of feel bad for them. We saw how different, individually with certain playstyles and stuff, how like certain players are just better on LAN, it's just how it is. That's the only thing I really don't like about challenges right now. It's
you
just
can actually
like,
pre-aim on win. On challengers, you need to go rogue. If you're not going rogue in that, you're not gonna win. Like whoever wins the challenger thing is the team that goes the most rogue.
yeah.
I'm not even lying.
from my understanding, Don, host vetoes exist, but it's only in elite, correct?
I think it's only one though. And that's the thing, like,
okay,
you can have one host. Yeah, like, I think we're playing like we're playing like someone's team or some shit. And doesn't Timmy Phantoms have like a cousin or some shit that plays?
Yeah, Dylan Rex.
Dylan Rex.
Yeah, so yeah, he's on the same team. So you veto.
Yeah, the cousins, bro.
You veto one of them, and then the other one just hosts, and then you're fucking chalked. So like, it doesn't matter. The one host veto it's chalked.
Yeah, it's just
it's literally
it's the same
actually
host.
chalked, bro.
It's the same fucking thing. But I don't know. Challenges is a fucking mess. It is entertaining sometimes. Like I do think challenges
I'm
can be
excited for
entertaining.
this season of elite. I actually think.
Yeah, me
this is
too.
the
I
most
think
entertaining
it's
season
gonna be
coming
fun
up.
to watch. It's gonna be fun to watch. I hope that a lot of players are streaming it. But we'll see what happens. Kenny, a lot of people want me to ask you about Formal. What's going on? You guys got internal beef or what?
Nah, it's actually just troll.
It's just trolls, right? It's just fucking trolls.
I mean, I did talk.
It's low key.
Like the thing, it's like
Low-key
yeah.
beef?
I mean, it wasn't like I got set up to be honest because they asked me the question about
Yeah,
who was on the
nobody else
roster.
was answering besides you.
Yeah, and like
They set
I
you up,
answered
bro.
it. Yeah, I answered it, which is okay. I mean,
Nah, they
I'ma
threw
talk-
the
I
oop and
talk
you
shit.
dunked that bitch.
Exactly.
Though.
If I talk shit, I wanted to talk shit back, and I mean, the liking my tweet thing was actually hilarious. Like, and so I just started doing the back, and it's like. I mean, we're homies. It's not. It's like just.
It is
team
what it
banter,
is.
to be
You
honest.
weren't
Team banter.
spitting like non-truths. I don't think anything you said was.
I mean,
You're
necessarily
being
wrong.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, once again, like I said, if I talk shit, I mean, if I get smoked by him, I got smoked by him. He can. That's what I like. Though is like people. You talk shit to somebody, they start like being like playing the victim. I mean, I'm just glad Matt actually.
You don't play the victim.
Yeah, you can't play the victim.
Like, bro, when Krim tweeted him that shit, I was in tears, bro.
Exactly.
The Jack
That's what
Black
I'm saying.
shit,
And
that
he-
shit had me in tears.
Hey,
it's
Krim is a
like-
fucking maniac.
Dude, this
Krim's the
guy,
man for that
you guys
shit,
see this
bro.
guy Krim tweeting out paragraphs of people after World Series of Warzone
Yo,
yesterday
he
in the
is
middle of the night.
so turned,
Oh,
bro.
he was turned. He was fucking turned. He was like, bro, I was talking to him last night on FaceTime. He was like, I was on the fucking Warzone and I talked to Navy SEALs about this shit, how we're supposed to clear out. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I said, Porter, calm down. I said, calm down, it's fucking Warzone. He's like going off about Navy SEALs and this and that. And I think I was on the phone with Porter for 2 hours last night. 2 hours, and just listening to him just rant. And honestly, it's entertaining, bro. I like listening to him talk because it's just, I think it's funny, you know? So I
Oh
just
yeah, he's
fucking-
always spewing some good
yeah,
shit.
yeah, I like talking to Porter. Like he's an easy guy to talk to. What up?
We need to make this a new gimmick on the show. After the major, when you did that like post-event FaceTime, that's got to be like the thing we do after every.
That was
event.
pretty
should've
funny.
fucking
That
done
was
that, man.
funny.
Dude.
Wait, Don, I called you, didn't I? Oh, I did.
know,
You were streaming.
I was playing Childs, man.
Bro, I think we called Octane too, and I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he answered. He said, "What the fuck?" and he just hung up. There was like 5 or 6 people in there. I don't know if you realized, but that shit was funny. But we should do that again. That was comedy. But other than that, I don't know if there's anything else that people want us to talk about. I feel like a lot of people really. Hey,
mean,
bro, the show's pretty cool. I mean,
it
people
is-
can come
it
on
is
and
what it
talk.
is.
It is
the
what it
chat
is.
the chat roasted me, but like I said, in there I'm just being
Nah,
a
chat roast everyone, bro.
They
It's a
roast
chat,
everybody.
man.
They
Like,
roast everybody.
hey, Don, you know me.
Okay,
I'm
you ain't do
my
nothing.
shit.
You
I'm
ain't
gonna
do
speak my
nothing
shit.
wrong.
You know me.
Yeah,
You're just frustrated
get
that
a
like
Wendy in
since
the chat, bro.
TJ leaked the shit, it just started like you start getting more tweets and all that
bro,
shit.
Nah, but you can't. The
But-
Zoom Mafia be trolling. These motherfuckers are crazy, bro. I'm
Yeah,
telling
they're
you.
hella- they're hella
Speaking of Zoom
trolling.
Like I
Mafia,
said, I'm gonna speak my shit, and then people can say whatever they want and have their own opinions. It is what it is.
Yeah, you know who you are. You know the truth.
Oh,
you know.
100%.
You just-
Like I said.
what up, Ben?
He's like, I
Speak
got
to me.
the Zoom Mafia has asked me to bring up a topic since you promised you bring up at the beginning of the show, and we just kind of like stepped through it.
What's up?
The chat wants to know what was the deal with your comment about Mutex during that practice lobby after the World Series of Warzone draft.
I was just fucking around.
Yeah, you just fucking
I told
around.
him to go fuck himself, and then all the Twitch streamers go, oh, whoa.
They were like, what
They
the fuck? You
gassed
can't
it.
say that.
They
You can't
gassed it. They
say
said,
that.
you can't say, like, bro, calm down. I was like, what? Is this too toxic for this? My bad. You know,
No,
so-
you were like, what are we, 12?
Dude, that,
Well,
clip of Tim is comedy, dude. You actually slayed him.
Actually, I think it was Blast who, if those of you don't know what we're talking about, Blast actually tweeted the clip, so I'll pull it up for you guys right now. Oh shit, that was loud. Okay, here, I'm gonna play it
Let's
for
see
you
on
guys,
TikTok,
and
too.
you guys can react to it, but here it goes.
Fuck you, Mutex.
Don't mind him TikTok to come in.
Bro, that's toxic.
Come on.
Fuck,
Come
they don't
on,
say
man.
shit like that.
Alright,
dude. Come on.
Alright,
Alright, everybody
man.
calm down. What do we say? Sorry.
Apologize.
Ah, they're-
Strong man.
Listen,
Get me
listen.
up and kiss me on my lips.
Is that too toxic for this? My bad.
Dude,
Tim was losing it too.
Dude, Tom, you're my bad Italian accent just killed me, bro. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was funny too, cause Tim loved that shit. Tim was like, that shit was comedy. But bro, I was just fucking around. I was just fucking around,
bro.
Yeah, I know Mutex guys. I know him. Like I talked to Mutex. I fucking talked to him. Like I used to play S&D tournaments. Everybody knows the clip back in the day in Black Ops 3 when I smoked them, and I told him to call me my daddy. You guys remember that shit? I'm just a little fucking wild. I'm a little wild sometimes, especially in the like it was Warzone, right? Competitive Warzone. We were talking shit after the thing. I'm not used to that. I don't think those Twitch streamers are used to the culture, man. Like I'm in there talking
they don't
shit.
understand like the pro player versus S&D like grinder like beef that goes back 6, 7, 8 years.
That's
Probably
true.
some of this goes back to
Yeah,
when you
more
were an S&D
10.
start,
That
Tom.
shit
10 minimum.
Nah,
Shit goes deep.
but Don, you know me, Don. I lost full when everybody started going, in my head, I was like, wait, no way. Like, are people gonna actually like be mad
They're
because
trying
of
to
this
blow
shit?
out of proportion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blow it out of proportion. I'm just fucking around. Like, dude, people must not know who I am. You know, they don't
What
know.
are we,
they don't know.
5?
Well, I said that too. I said, everybody calm down. What are we, 5? You couldn't really hear it because everybody was laughing.
My bad.
And then I was like, my bad if it was over the top. You know, my bad. But that's what happened, guys. And you know, I'll end the show with go fuck yourself, Mutex, you dumb bitch. And we'll fucking
My
end
God.
it there. My God. But I think we'll end it there. And no,
yeah,
I will
well-
not apologize.
We'll do a show tomorrow as always. When I don't know, is CDL tweet out? Are they doing the reveal show tomorrow? Does anyone know?
Probably. What are they doing?
I
A
think
group?
it's spamming Slasher. Why are they spamming Slasher?
Oh, they did tweet out. So tomorrow, usual time, they're gonna
You
tweet
made
out the
appearance in that?
they'll do that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
groups.
I was in the group stage thing.
Nice, Don.
We'll do a show, Tom. Is that
Said like 3 words.
Yeah.
I'm down. Well, we can do a show tomorrow for sure.
I might be doing the show from a different location tomorrow, so stay tuned to that.
He's that name?
Superstar Ben?
He's going to Nameless's house.
Yo,
I'm going to Nameless's house.
Superstar Ben?
I'm
Catch
going
you
to
guys
Nameless's
right?
house.
Wait, yo, Don, Ben
Okay.
and Nameless are best friends now.
Okay,
They
come on.
they golf together and shit.
Yeah.
Yo, why
Yeah, we
they
are going to golf this weekend.
Are you leaving me for the podcast?
No,
why-
but he lives
yeah.
he lives local. I hang out with local people. We're gonna go
I'm
have a
just
good
fucking around.
time.
You
Yeah,
need
it's
me to
good.
This
replace
weekend?
Ben, Tom. For one show, I will, bro. I'll
You
get
got
the
me?
webcam and
I
everything.
bet,
I'll
bet,
show up in a
bet.
beater, and I'll get some good takes.
I like that. Hey, yo, I could
Some
do that,
good
bro.
takes.
Hey, bro, I tell Ben all the time, if there's certain shows that you can't make or can't do, just let me know in advance because I can bring other people on to do the show with me. You know what I'm saying? It's really not a problem, whether it's you or Zinni or Asim or fucking even Caddy, whoever the fuck wants to come on.
Nah, but the one thing I wanted to say is like, dude, like especially if this was like a flank with Kenny, like there should be like a third cam, you know, like interviewing Ken about like the situation.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
obviously this was his episode, but I'm talking about like for different episodes in the future.
Tom and I have
you know?
talked about we're gonna get some new overlay graphics.
Look
the
at
3
Clay,
box
look at Clay,
as a-
bro. Look
What
at
do
Clay.
you
He
say?
said, "What
Clay's
about minced
salty.
meat?" Clay, I got a bone to
He
pick
wants
with
his
you,
attention,
Clay.
bro.
Clay, I heard you were talking shit after the Warzone tournament. Oh, this and that, Tommy's doing this and then. Clay, I had the most kills on our fucking team.
Oh shit.
I had a fucking 3-time world champion getting shit on.
Oh shit.
You know, pick it up. You didn't even have your fucking guns leveled. Next time, be a little bit more prepared, and maybe we'll do better.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, some thoughts is
Join
the
the
other
call.
number
You
does.
wanna go at it?
though.
You wanna go at it, Clay? Join the call.
That's a fact.
Oh shit, guys.
Did.
You wanna fucking
He's
go?
joining. He's joining. He's
Get
joining.
him in there.
User was
He's
moved to
joining.
the
Wait,
channel.
hold on.
How's it going, Clay? Welcome to the flag.
I said all of us got shit on, all right?
Are
I
you
didn't
sure?
say
Are you sure?
Nah, you can't be throwing
Wait.
tea in there, bro.
Wait,
I'm
hold
telling
on.
you, the minute
Tommy
Don-
did
I
go
put-
rogue one time.
Once.
He did. Once. Correct.
And what? Did you not go rogue multiple times?
Oh yeah. We all did. We all did. We all had-
Exactly.
You gotta
We-
take that.
Nah,
though.
nah, but Don, there was
No.
a
We
whole.
got
Don, when I
26th
went rogue,
place
nah.
out of 50, bro. That's not bad for not playing
Don,
Warzone.
when I
That's
went
all I'm
rogue,
saying.
Don, when I went rogue, there was a whole vibe switch when I did it. There was a whole- I went rogue.
It was cool for everyone else to go rogue.
And the thing is I downed somebody. I sniped Haly in the head. I said, listen, Haly's down. There's 2 of them weak. Let's push him. I start running at him. I get third party from behind. And Clay goes, what are we doing, dude? Just stay in the building. I said,
Listen.
bro. I said, fuck, my bad. It was a bad call.
Okay.
Mike,
For the next
enabled
one-
for those. Go ahead.
For the next one, we're practicing, all right?
Yeah, we
All
have
right?
to, because we can actually, do
But you
good.
actually have to practice that shit.
If
We
there's
have
another
to.
We
one,
actually
bro,
have to practice.
we're
that.
practicing,
to.
bro.
We have
We were
to, bro.
landing promenade, bro. Apparently that landing spot is dog meat.
Nah,
dude.
chalk it
You don't
up.
gotta practice, bro.
No,
No,
bro.
no, Don,
you have to practice.
Don,
Nah,
Don,
you
no
have to
bullshit.
practice.
Listen,
You have
listen,
to.
I was
listen.
watching
Don,
Formal
listen,
and
listen.
they were
Go
just
ahead,
hopping
Asim.
off,
Bro,
flying.
Bro,
towards
Donnie,
them.
listen. Me and Tom, or we all played yesterday, right? Bro, me and Tommy did not lose a single fucking gunfight.
No,
when
we
it came to
didn't. We
1v1
actually
against
did it.
anyone, we
We
didn't
actually
lose a
did it.
Smoked
gunfight.
Aiden on
I
stream,
swear
I
to
saw
God,
that
I
one.
died. Yeah, I smoked Aiden, you know, like, have a good day. Sometimes it happens.
Have a good day.
It was MP5 versus MP5. Like, come on, that's my domain. But besides that, dude, every single game that we died on was because we just didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Like, we didn't know
Not
where to
just that,
rotate, where to fucking
and I
go.
was saying this
The
to
gas is
Asim.
catching us.
Bro, I was saying this to Asim last night. We were playing for top 25. We weren't playing for first. Like we should be like literally taking risk for helicopters so we could rotate to different recons, like try and get as much money as possible, get loadouts.
Very methodical.
Bro, if we land hospital and one of us stays alive, we get the helicopter and 2 of us go down, fuck it, we win our gulags. Now we have 2-3 kills on the map already. We have a helicopter, we're hitting recons. Like you have to take risk and make plays. Like you have to. Because then if you win a game with a lot of kills, you're already in top 5 already. Like you just get so many points. You just shoot up to the fucking top. And then after you get a big game like that, you start playing like a rat. You start playing like a fucking rat. You just make sure you make it end game. And you continue to go get points on top of that, and you're good to go.
Yo, wait, hold up. Yo, Ken, what place did you get yesterday?
I got
Dead last.
Dead last.
Listen.
Are you serious?
Listen, bro. Listen. I was getting sniped from top prison at the
Nah,
the
bro.
map.
It's gotta be
bro.
at this point. It's gotta be you or Austin, bro.
It's definitely one of us.
Motherfuckers can't even get 49.
Wait.
Bro,
Listen.
we was getting
Listen.
fried.
I went into their Discord
damn,
call
baby.
because
Wait, no.
You guys got
Nate,
41.
No,
Nah,
listen.
You guys got
Nah,
41.
listen, that's where I lost composure. You know this. You know this for sure, cause he joined the call. He said, "My throat hurting. I'm sick." I lost composure.
Yeah.
He said, "I can't even breathe."
He said we outplaced Methodz. Wait, what?
No, you guys were tied with Zen. Hold up.
Oh, you guys are telling me?
I am looking. Time out. I am looking at the final standings here. Tom, you're gonna be a little bit upset at one of the teams that are in
Motherfuckers
this.
was tied for last.
41st was a tie between Nade's team that you guys were on, Zinni's team, the Paris Legion team with Theory, and Tommy, your ex, was the other. Five.
Wait, why you gotta say it
Telling
like
me,
that?
like, thanks, Ben, for I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah, this is a rogue show.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, man? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I knew this was going to
Stupid, bro. You're stupid,
Yo,
bro.
Tommy, you're not gonna like it. Tommy, you're not gonna like it. I'm not gonna
I
like
was being careful when I'm getting roasted.
He's giving you a comparison of the skill level they're playing at. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I mean, yeah, I guess,
back
bro.
there from
Hey,
Clay.
listen, 40th place, you get shit on. I went into the Discord call with Nate Shot's team, and I went in there, and I just knew the vibes were off, man.
You know it was.
It was tough.
Yeah, Nate was getting. You could tell Nate was all pissed off yesterday when I went in there. I said, "Oh shit!" I went back into my channel. I said, "It's not looking good over there, guys."
Bro, Tommy joined the channel. He goes, "Yo, what's going on, guys?" And Nate was like, "Nothing good." I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I said, oh shit. I said, what's going on, guys? We doing good. He goes, not good.
Yeah.
Not good. I said, well,
We
what are you
couldn't even
gonna
win
do?
the regular game before, like warming up. We couldn't live past the first drop,
I
bro.
was peeking, bro.
I will
Yeah,
be
it
honest.
was-
I will be honest to conclude my defense here, Tommy. I got shit on a lot yesterday, and if we practice for the next one, we're gonna get top 10 easy.
Yeah, we probably will.
That's the
Honestly,
thing,
Cap.
bro.
we have a good.
Wait,
we have
were
a good
y'all
team.
getting in gunfights though? We weren't even getting in gun. We were just like dying
Sometimes.
to third party. Okay. We were just
Sometimes.
dying to third parties the whole time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, we kept getting hunted down by like the top 3 people, dude. They would just roll up on us with a fucking UAV, and we'd all be like, "Oh shit!"
literally, they always got Deddy. They always.
always
Listen, I
got
was,
it.
I was saying,
always
No,
got
no,
it.
Ken. What I was saying, they always got their loadout, bro. We never had it.
100%. That's what I was saying. I was like,
They
yo,
always
damn.
got their loadout, bro.
Clay, I was saying at the top of the show, the way the system is designed is you got to play it like you would PUBG. Like you got to get those rotational kills and just place decent. You don't got to be first in every
you
game.
have.
But as
no,
long as
you
you're popping off and getting like top 12, you're gonna win the whole
Nah,
thing.
bro, you have to land. And I was talking to Crimsix about this yesterday. We were on the phone talking about it. You have to take risks in the beginning and try and go for like
100%.
for Berthas and helicopters and shit. Because even if you die, like even if your teammates are going down, it's fine. Just win your gulag, come back. Fucking now you got a helicopter. You're hitting all the recons. You got kills. You got a helicopter and you got cash to get your loadout. At this point, you just get some UAVs and start running after some kills. I mean, bro, like. Especially a team of me, Clay and Asim, we should be able to call UAVs, bro, and go get some kills. Like, it shouldn't be fucking hard. We were getting ran up on all the fucking time, bro. If you're in a building, you can low-key get fucking fucked because of that. They triple nade inside, they run in, they get you weak, and that's it. You're done. So it's like, you know, have a good day. It's how it is. What's up, Kenny? You better say something? You
They
say,
were
bro.
not missing with the snipers, bro. I don't
Yeah,
know.
bro.
No, yeah, that's the thing. I
Bro.
didn't even have the card level.
I didn't have it either. Like, yo.
Dude, this dude would pop me, and we just quick scope the headshot and quick scope another one, and it's like, okay, I'm down. All right,
Sheesh.
cool.
That shit does too much. It aims in so fast. It also is like, yo, should I pull out the HDR? And Nate's like, no.
Like, fuck no, bro.
Yeah, we were chalked. in
And
that
that's another
tournament
thing
for
too.
sure.
I'm like, I go to my chat. So what gun do I use? Like, what should I use? The LC10, the Mac, the M4, this, that, bada bing, boom. I say, guys, give me the best gun. What the fuck
Tommy,
is the best
you're
gun?
running the wrong FOV.
Yeah,
Tommy, you're running the wrong
FOV. Turn your
attachment.
FOV to
Wrong
120. Do
attachment,
this.
wrong attachment, wrong
attachments. What's your
Bro,
fucking aim at
deadass,
this
you
thing?
always get the wrong attachments.
Always,
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 It don't matter
bro.
what you got.
Always,
Yeah,
always.
it's always wrong,
There's always something
Bro,
wrong.
and
I'm
then
like, damn.
I lost so much full at the start of that tournament. So I ended up going into the gulag, and I turned on tac sprint for this tournament. I never used tac sprint. Don, remember even last year when everybody was using it, I hated it because I like the burger walk around corners sometimes.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not using tac sprint. But for some reason, I was like, I'm turning on tac sprint. I'm getting twisted. I fucking put on tac sprint and I juked the fuck out of Formal in the gulag. I juked the fuck out of him and I had a shotgun and I was trying to hit fire shotgun him in the side. He had no idea it was there and I was just sprinting. Like I just kept sprinting and he just turned and killed me and it looked like I just got shit on. And of course, all the Foremost fans in my chat, you suck, fuck you. And I'm sitting there, suck my dick, fuck you. And I'm like, damn, I started off bad. I got on a bad note, you know. We started off the gulag bad, but then I didn't lose the gulag after that. Ended up fucking clutching up. Which the new gulag? Do you guys fuck with it?
Nah, I think that's
That shit's ass, right?
I didn't think that was ass.
I haven't played it. I gotta play that shit.
It was ass for sure. I don't know. I feel like the Nuketown one was the best one. You ever played that one?
Nuketown? Nah.
Yeah, there's like a Nuketown one.
Really?
That
What
one
the
was
fuck?
massive though, Ken. I hated that shit.
You don't like that
It was
one?
too big. It was way too big.
All
I
I'm
like
saying,
that
bro,
one.
is we were almost better than 50% of people who play Warzone all the time.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
for people who don't play it, sheesh.
No,
Imagine
you
if we
guys
did it
haven't
full
won
time,
multiple
bro.
events or anything, yeah.
No, that's true too. With somebody said in the fucking chat, this is bullshit. In the gulag, Damon was calling me out to Formal, but nobody could call out for me. You know what I'm saying?
happened to me, too.
So Formal knows where I'm at all times, and Damon's just calling him out. And then on top of that, I get hit by a fucking rock, and now I got 99 health. He's got 100. If it goes to the fucking flag, I gotta hop on the fucking thing because Damon hit me in the fucking forehead with a rock.
Wait, why is that even a thing still?
That's what I was saying. What the fuck? You know, I get hit with a fucking rock, and next thing you know, Formal could just hide and wait for me to hop on the flag, you know? And then once I'm on the flag, I don't know where the fuck he's coming from. He just kills me, you know?
There
It's
was
whack.
also the one time that I wanted you to call out for me in the gulag, and you said you couldn't, but you were just still sitting in your chair.
Damn, we exposed it.
Yo, what's going on today, bro?
You know what?
What is going
this
on,
is fucking
bro?
bullshit, bro. This is fucking bullshit.
What
You
the
know,
fuck, yeah.
No team play. You
I
know,
didn't know I could
where's
get
the
out.
help?
I didn't know I could get out the chair. I thought you had to wait for the whole. I thought there was like a little pre-game screen. You know. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Clay's, it's not my fault. You got shit on in the gulag. Win your ones.
I was 2 for 5.
Dude, damn.
Fuck.
Bro, I didn't even know the gulag
5 for
map
6,
till I
I
loaded
think.
in the first time.
I was like 4 or 5 for 6, I think. Damn, Clay. Listen, gulags are important. I was talking to Porter yesterday about that. Bro, you could literally just take a crazy risk, get like 3 or 4 kills off the rip, die, get in the gulag, get another kill. And then at that point, like, as long as you're winning your ghoulies, like, you're good to go. You know, you're back in business. But I don't know. That shit was fun as fuck, though. The World Series of Warzone, we'll do it again. Ben said there'll probably be more. There'll probably be a lot more.
Yeah, my prediction is that if UCDL players start grinding this, I was watching some Warzone pros. They have pretty good gun skill. I watch them, slay every day against noobs and lobbies. But when they come up against you guys on the map, that's going to be pretty interesting to watch.
Tommy, who did you shit on? Which Warzone pro did you shit on?
Biffle. I shit on Biffle. Yeah. Definitely, I had to show him who daddy was.
Yeah, I think even Aiden said it in the interview after. He was like, I think the most important thing is Warzone is like gun skill, and people have good gun skill, but when you run up against a CDL pro, it's just like, holy fuck.
It's a different ballgame. I mean, bro, you can't even run out in an open field or you're fucked. Because you're just gonna get beamed or sniped in the fucking head.
She may beam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard, bro. It's really hard. You have to really play together, and you have to really stick together and make sure that nobody's like doing anything dumb, because it can cost you. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely a lot of strategy that goes into it, but I feel like you have to practice it. Like, you can't just
oh no, like, especially not only not practicing, sorry to cut you off, man, not only not practicing, but playing another COD and getting used to another COD's mechanics. That's the hardest part. Like, we're playing Cold War. It's not like we're not playing Warzone. We're playing a different version of COD. So I was like, fuck, what's the slide cancel? Oh yeah, you bunny hop in this engine. Like, you do this. Like, it's like muscle memory that if we played that shit, man, sheesh.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a lot of other tournament organizers do more private lobbies, because I think this format worked really, really well. I think that's at least the sentiment I saw on Twitter, and you guys kind of back me up if you feel the same way. But I think we'll love to see you guys kind of grind in the off season and see how you stack up with some full practice against these top teams.
Dude, did you guys see Porter's tweet about to Dylan when he was like, dude, I held off rated to 30K in 3 years, and he made that in 2 days.
I mean, it's true, bro. There's a lot of prize. The prize is crazy in this shit.
It also shows you, like, Rated's a pro, and he's like one of the best Warzone players. Like, you put some of the best pros on Warzone, you'll see the similar results, I think.
Yeah, for sure. But listen, man, I think we can end the show there. I think we had a good show. I think we got a lot to talk about. Ben, before we go, I don't know if you can hit this today. I feel like you're under a lot of pressure right now.
No, I think I can hit it with the new putter.
Are you sure?
Hopefully.
I don't know. Let's see what Ben Jennison's got. I feel like he's got a lot of people in the call, a lot of people in the chat. I feel like he can't handle the pressure.
What's his percentage on these?
I don't know. Somebody needs to go back and see.
Somebody's got to have.
But let's see. He's got the fucking slippers on again with no socks. With the
Where's the prediction in chat, bro? Where's the prediction in chat?
Here he goes. Ben's gonna step up. He's gonna line it up. New putter in hand. He's gonna try and sink it, and he sinks the putt. That's fucking fantastic for him.
He got so excited.
Ben Jenison with the new putt, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm on I think I haven't missed a putt in like 5 or 6 shows now. I think we're easy money now.
But yeah, Ben, I appreciate you hitting the fucking putt. You're the fucking man.
No problem. I'm excited. Listen, I got new clubs. Big shout out to Tom, man.
Yeah, I bought him new clubs.
I bought the clubs.
Tom.
With you guys. The reason I bought these clubs because you guys were supporting us on the show, and Tom sauced me a little cash. And
wow.
I
what a great friend Tom
That's why he's a homie. He's my duo.
Facts. Let's get it, man. I hope you enjoy it, man. I want you to hit some fucking bangers with that shit. And do what you got to do. I want to thank Kenny for coming on. I want to thank Temp. I want to thank Asim and Zinni and everybody. Clay, thank you for coming on. All you guys, man. I appreciate it. TJ, shout out to TJ. Everybody,
Late
man.
show today, Tom. Late show.
It was good.
It was one of our better shows.
Yeah, it's good. Honestly, I just feel like it's good because even like Kenny was saying, sometimes it's good for players to have a platform to come on and talk because people don't know everything, and it makes, like Kenny said, certain people look bad, and it's annoying. Like, it's annoying when people look bad when they shouldn't be looking bad, you know? So it's like, it gives you a platform to talk, and people can just come on and spit whatever they want to say, and you know, people can make their own opinions and form their own opinions. But listen, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Go to anchor.fm/theflank to check out all the audio shit that we're on. Make sure to follow the stream if you haven't already. I'm gonna keep streaming, playing some games, but you know the fucking vibe, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another show. They're doing the groups, and we'll get another episode rolling. I love you guys, man, and as always, have a good day.
Have a good day.